Hello and welcome back to this pick a card reading. Hello to anyone new to my videos. I am Leanne Marie, an intuitive card reader and spiritual mentor. I do these pick a card readings now and again. I also do moon messages and self-discovery or spiritual topic videos as well, sometimes general readings. So if you are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, the bell button for future videos. Give it a like at any point that anything resonates, comment, share, all of that jazz. If you're watching on Instagram, thank you, my gram fam, I love you, and thank you for following me. And hello to everybody who supports me anyway. So first of all, I'm just going to explain about this pick a card reading. It's slightly different. I felt like using different decks today, and I felt like doing it in a different order. So we have different, very different cards here. And the first deck on my left is the Spirit Oracle deck by Patrick Gamble. He's an amazing artist. Bought these at a spiritual fair, which I absolutely loved. Very expensive, but I love them. So I got them. I haven't used them very much. But yeah, so what this represents to me, this kind of card here, is like the shadow aspects, so the darker aspects in life. And then we've got the Unicorn decks by Doreen Virtue. For me, this represents like childlike energy. So for me, it's going to be like a light energy. So you've got shadow, light, and then the last one for me is map, which is like about exploring, guidance, direction, things like that. So the way I'm going to do this, if you choose a card or choose a deck, first of all, you can choose all three, you can choose two, or you can just choose one. And then in each deck, as I read through, I'm going to read out your shadow, your light, and your guidance. So you're going to get all three anyway. But if you choose one that you're most drawn to, that's going to be the one that you are most wanting to hear about. So really pay attention to what you're feeling with these. So when you choose them, pay attention to which one you're drawn to the most, but not just because of the picture. Go by your feeling, okay? Because that's going to really help you with the messages here. Feel free to listen to all of them if you want to, as I say, but there'll be a lot of messages in there if you do that. I'm going to put the timestamps in the description box in YouTube, so if you're watching that. And yeah, enjoy. So let's get on with the reading. Hello, welcome to your pick a card reading. For those who've chosen pile number 1, you chose the shadow card. Okay, so this is going to be your most important card of your pile that you chose. Now it's really annoying because I keep looking over that way. I've literally just changed my phone over because I did a reading for my group, and I had my phone the wrong way up. So I changed it, and now I'm looking at the wrong direction again because I kept looking in that direction. But hi. So yeah, anyway, I digress. There's something's just happened. I literally was recording your reading for this pile, and I kept getting distracted by messages, which I'm still doing. Gemma, stop messaging me. I don't know if she can. Oh yeah, I don't know if you're watching this, Gemma, actually, but if you chose pile number 1, you will be. She's messaging me, it's annoying me. I kept getting distracted, and it was as I was talking about the shadow card, right? So you've chosen the shadow card, however your energy is showing that you actually don't want to look at it, right? There's a part of you that's like, why have I chosen this? I don't really want to look at this. I don't want to look at my dark side. I don't want to look at the shadow aspects of me or the parts that aren't as good. I don't want to focus on that. You want to focus on the messages. You want to focus on the nice things, the messages from your friends or like social media or things that are distracting you, right? So I literally went to take the message off and I stopped the video, which meant that it's almost like you just don't want to get the messages, but you're going to get them anyway. So you chose the deck, right? You chose that pile. So yeah, just listen out. Okay, so the card that you got for your shadow aspect is mystery, right? So actually this is a big mystery to you. You're not actually aware. It's like you've actually got a blind spot. You've got a blind spot where you don't actually know what's going on for you. So there might be something in your life at the moment or something in your behavior that's happening and you don't know where it comes from, right? For those who are more into their own personal development, their own personal growth and healing, and they actually do shadow work, you might feel like you're actually okay with shadow work, you don't mind digging into yourself, but there's something that you've just got a blind spot over and you just don't know how to get to it. So that's for those people. There's other people who've just never done this work at all. They don't even know what shadow work is, and that's absolutely fine. All it is literally just looking at your behaviours, looking at the things that you might necessarily do that rub people up the wrong way, or that keep kind of coming up for you, like patterns that keep happening that you keep doing and you're not too happy about, and other people might not be happy about. They're little traits that, you know, that aren't really necessarily great, and you might be like criticizing yourself for, or other people might be criticizing you for, and they're things that have basically been formed from a young age, right? So they're behaviors or attitudes or personality traits that have been formed from something that happened in your childhood, or, you know, something that you picked up from somebody else, or beliefs or something like that. Okay, so that's why you've got the mystery card here, because because it was so many years ago, it feels like it's something that you just may have buried or just never been conscious of, you've never been aware of. What I want to say about that, which goes into the next card, is that it's okay, right? So I'm going to go straight into the next card, which is your light card. Okay, you've actually got 2 for the light card, and you're the only pile that has got 2, okay, for the light card. So it's almost like you needed that extra bit of strength to back up your light card. Okay, so your light card is it's okay to be different, right? So what this is saying to me is it's okay to not know everything. It's okay to have blind spots. It's okay to have these behaviors and these attitudes and these beliefs, because everybody has them. You are not alone, okay? I have dark sides. I have shadow sides. I have parts of me that I don't like. I have parts of me that other people don't like. Nobody is perfect, right? Everybody has something that rubs someone else up the wrong way, that, you know, isn't great. You know, we're not all perfect. We're not all kind and wonderful and nurturing and beautiful and caring all of the time. We can't be. It's just not possible. We're human. We've gone through experiences in our lives that have shaped us, that have made us believe certain things that are really hard to snap out of, right? And sometimes you don't have to snap out of them. Sometimes you just have to be yourself and pick up the pieces if things go wrong. It's been so many times I've had to do that in my own life, and there will be more times that I'll have to do it. You know, I'm not always going to be in perfect ideal relationships with people in my life. You know, there's going to be ups and downs, so it's okay, right? So just literally be gentle with yourself. It says you don't need to be like everyone else. You're perfect just as you are, even though I said nobody's perfect, but you're perfect being imperfect. I know it sounds really cliche, but yeah, just know that. So that's your message. And then the one to back it up is a grandparent card. So it's almost like there's a wise part of you inside going, yes, dear. Listen to what she has to say. Or you've got a grandparent in spirit, which is literally just going, yeah, like they're nodding their head and they're going, yes, just listen, you know, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be perfect, okay? And I'm thinking of like a grumpy old man or something, like, and I'm thinking, you know, just think of a grumpy old man. They're not always perfect, right? So you have a special bond with a grandparent that can never be broken. So that might be someone who's got a grandparent in spirit. So just coming through with that message there. All right, so that's your light card. And then the guidance card that you have is Deep Freeze, which is a bit strange. But what I'm getting from this card is the words set in your ways, okay? That might actually be one of your shadows. That might be the shadow that is the one that's kind of bothering you. You might be set in your ways. You might be someone who's stubborn, right? And then for other people can't seem to like get on with that, or you can't seem to get on with that, right? It might be something like that, but it might be that you're impatient, right? So you kind of get stuck in that loop. It could be that you get stuck in a loop of anything really. But yeah, I just got the word impatient, even though patience is like something where you stand still and you wait, but they gave me the word impatient because that's more on the shadow side. So just think, you know, what are you stuck in at the moment? What keeps going around in your head? What do other people keep mentioning? That's the thing that you're bothered about, but just learn acceptance of it, right? Learn to accept every part of you, good, bad, right, wrong, dark, light, everything, because it's all you. Okay, you are human. So that is your guidance on that. Yeah, so that is your pile number 1. I hope that made sense. Give it a thumbs up if it did. Share with your friends, comment, like, subscribe to the channel, all of that. And if you do want a personal reading, I am available for readings all next week. So yeah, I have a few spaces available, so if you want to book, then let me know. I still keep looking at that side of the camera. Hi. Let me know, and be happy to do you a reading. All of the details are in the description box below. All right, so have a lovely, I want to say week, but I don't really know when. I'll probably do another video next week. But yeah, goodbye till next time, and thanks. See you soon. Bye. Hello, and this is for the people who've chosen pile number 2. So if you chose the light card, the unicorn card, you want to know all things light and fluffy and good and happy and positive, then this is your deck. Okay, you are going to have messages of shadow, and you are going to have messages of guidance as well, but your emphasis is going to be on the light. Okay, so let's read your cards and see what you got. So your light card, I was going to go straight to shadow then. Let me do it in this order. Your light card is going to be healer. Okay, so I feel like you are actually being a bit more gentle with yourself, and that's probably why you've chosen this card. Okay, so you've chosen to look on the lighter side of life. You've chosen to ease up on yourself. You've chosen to be gentle with yourself, which is perfect. Okay, I feel like you've done the right thing. If you want to hear that, if you need to hear that, you've done the right thing. Okay, so don't feel like you are kind of running away from anything dark. You're running away from choosing number 1 because you don't want to deal with the dark side of things anymore. You want to let go of drama and all that. Don't think that's a bad thing, and don't think you've chosen wrong, and that you're being a coward, because that might be like the beliefs that are coming up for you, or other people might be telling you that. I don't know, but don't feel bad about that. Don't feel like you've chosen wrong, because you're actually protecting yourself. You're actually healing. Okay, so you might be going for a healing pattern. There might be something that, pattern's not the right word actually, healing process, that's what I meant, where you've just gone through something, or it's been really tough. I was going to say year, but I don't feel it's that. I feel like it's a few weeks, actually, tough few weeks. It's not even months, so it feels like tough few weeks. Okay, so yes, you're in the process of, like, literally right at the start, where you're healing something, you're shifting something, like you're literally wanting to focus on positive things at the moment, and things like just even distracting yourself. It's interesting because pile number 1, I struggled to film theirs first of all because they kept getting distracted, and it's almost like they didn't want to look at the dark, whereas this isn't your energy. It's not like you don't want to look at the dark, it's that you are choosing to look at the light because it's more beneficial to you. It's actually more it's that you're looking after your well-being. Okay, so you're in a different energy. So I feel like if you chose pile number 1 and 2, it wouldn't really go. I feel like you'd automatically hop over and go, no, this isn't resonating with me. I need to go to pile number 2. So if you've done that, let me know in the comments. That'd be interesting. So yeah, you're in a really good choice energy, like good choice energy for you at the moment. You are choosing right for you, and you're doing well by you. These are the words I'm being given. So you're really looking after your well-being, and it's going to help so much. Okay, protecting yourself, keeping yourself safe, really just focusing on what feels good to you is the right thing to do. Okay, it says you have the power to help and heal others. So I feel like you know to do this because this is what you've seen other people do, or this is what you've been through before, and this is what you've helped people with before. So you could be a healer, you could be someone who helps other people, you could be in a support role. So you could be someone who's kind and caring and does a caring job and knows how to look after other people, and you tell that to other people quite a lot, and you've actually taken your own advice for once. Because I know that being a healer and being in care professions and things like that, sometimes we give advice all the time, but we never take it ourselves. But actually, I feel like for the first time ever, you are taking the advice yourself. So well done for that, okay? And Spirit wants to give you a big pat on the back for that, and not in a patronising way. Okay. The next card we have is the shadow aspect. I am going to go straight to that next. I was going to leave it till last, but I am going to go to that next. And actually, it's not as bad as you think, right? So you might be trying to avoid the shadow, you might be trying to avoid the darkness. What I feel is that it's actually shadow is actually in protective mode itself at the moment. So your dark things, I feel like they've been wrapped up. Okay, so why I say this is because you've got Dreamweaver, and if you look, she's kind of like all wrapped up. So it's I'm getting another thing here. It's like the words wrap up. It's like it's wrapped up for now, right? It's a wrap up, right? It's almost like it's done. The shadow is done. Right? Or it's what you're saying. It's like the shadow's done. You don't need to revisit that. Okay, so whatever it was that has got you in this mode, that has got you in protective mode, that has made you just focus on other things, focus on positive things, and not go back to that, it's a thing of the past. Okay, so you don't actually need to worry about it resurfacing. It's not going to resurface anymore, right? So if you are worried about thinking about the darkness, thinking about that thing, that's all it's going to be, is a thought. It's not going to resurface, so don't worry about it. Okay, so if that's any reassurance for you. The only thing that's coming up here is that you might just experience, and you probably are experiencing it in your dreams. So even though you're consciously deciding to put it in a box or like get rid of it, it will resurface in subconscious ways. So you'll be going about your day and it will come up in your head, or you'll be dreaming about it. Okay, it will come up in your dreams. And actually, I've experienced this myself. I get really frustrated with that. So I totally get that. And that might be why you're worrying about it resurfacing, because you're still dreaming about it or you're still thinking about it. But actually, that's where it stays. It doesn't go any further than that. Okay, so if that's any reassurance as well, then that's going to be, I don't know why they're saying this, it doesn't make any sense, but that's going to be your guide. I don't know why they're saying that, but yeah, okay. I'm getting the word clueless. I'm not sure why. Clueless. It could be like that you're clueless as to why you keep thinking about this, or why you keep dreaming about it. Don't worry about that too much, okay? I think it's literally just part of the healing process that needs to go through that. You know, when you, I don't know, it happens. I feel like it happens every time, like you split up with someone and you dream about your ex and stuff like that. It goes eventually. You won't always be dreaming about it. It will just disappear one day. But I feel like it's just part of the process, like a part of the healing process. Until you've gone through that grieving process or gone through that healing, then it will just kind of dissipate. Okay, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, and then the guidance card is last. So you've got Spark, right? This is actually going to be well, it was upside down, but I don't know if that means anything. Let me just see. Okay, I'm getting the words on hold or halt, like as in things are on hold, or you know, they're halted. And it's also about creativity. That spark of creativity, that spark within you. I feel like I'm also seeing a candle, and I'm seeing someone's blown out the candle, right? So actually they're really clever right now. They're showing me a candle. You know those candles where you blow them out and then they light back up again, and then you blow them out and they light back up again? That's what they want to give me. They want to give you that hope of spark coming back, right? Oh, I just got shivers. Oh, it's got loads of shivers and loads of emotion. So I don't know if someone's just like tuned into that, or like listened to that and got shivers themselves, or felt emotional, but that's so lovely. Okay, so yeah, Spirit's gone, don't worry about losing your spark. So someone's lost their spark, someone's lost hope, or someone's lost, what's really getting me emotional, might tap into something of my own, but so someone's lost their spark or lost hope in themselves or their future because of what's happened, and they might be worrying. Okay, they might be worrying about like shadow aspects of themselves, dark aspects of themselves that might and they might not get the light parts of themselves back or something like that. They might not get their creativity back, they might not get their spark back, they might not get their sense of humour back, or whatever you feel was really good about you, you might have lost that in this, okay? But what they are saying is they're giving me that candle and they're telling you to think about those candles that just relight, okay? Every time you blow them out, they relight. And this is going to be you, okay? So you are going to get your spark back, you're going to get your light back. Do not worry, okay? Oh, so lovely, so lovely. And actually, when it was upside down, I looked at her skirt, and her skirt looks a bit like a cocoon with a butterfly. And I always use a cocoon and butterfly analogy, but if you think about it, you know, when the caterpillar goes into cocoon, it's very cliche, but they might be in the darkness and they might be worrying that they're never going to get out of this darkness, but actually they will. They'll, you know, come out of that and they turn into a beautiful butterfly and they get all their colours back, and actually they're beautiful, more beautiful than before. So if you're worrying about not being able to get your spark back, you are actually going to get your spark back and more. So it's going to be more sparkly, more beautiful than you were before, okay? Not saying you're ugly now, or okay, so that's your messages, pile number 2. Let me know if that resonates. Give it a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And if you do want your own personal reading and you want to book one, please look at the description box. You'll see all the details there. I have plenty of space next week to do readings, so if you want to book in for your own personal reading, let me know. All right, thank you. See you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome back. This is for those who've chosen pile number 3. So have you gone for the map card, which is for guidance, okay? So you might have already dealt with your shadow side, which is this one, or you may have already dealt with your light side, or you may have just wanted some guidance right now and you're not interested in all of that. However, you're still going to get those cards in this reading. They're just not going to hold as much strength in the message as this card here, okay? So you may have chosen one of the other ones as well, and if you have, I'm sure that will come through on these messages. So yeah, let's just get on with the reading. So the guidance card for you is Spirit of Place. Okay, this is actually, like, the word place is the strongest word in this card for me today. Every time I get this card, it just has such a different meaning. I get so many different things from it. But what I'm getting from this today, from the word place, is belonging. Okay, so this is about you're wanting guidance on how you can feel like you belong, or that you have a place in this world, something where I'm getting the word status as well, so it might be something to do with work, or like something that's going to progress you or just create it could also be to do with relationships and family and things like that, because it's belonging, but I do feel like it's more about where you sit and what your place is on this earth. It could be to do with purpose. It could be that you want to know more about your purpose in life, and what's going to make you feel like more in place. Could also be that you want to feel more in place with yourself. You want to feel more sturdy in yourself, so it could be to do with home. So there's many different energies coming through in this pile. It would make sense because I feel like piles number 1 and 2 are very different people. They're going through very different experiences, and I feel like they would really focus on one particular area in their life. Whereas with this pile, I feel like there's all different types of energies. There's people with they want different guidance for different things in their lives. So it makes sense as to why this is kind of all over the place, all over the place. Okay, but this is about getting a real sense of who you are as a person. So you're wanting guidance on kind of where you sit, where you belong, who you are, what your purpose is, all of that sort of thing. Now what this card says to me is really focus on who you are, right? What's important to you. Now, something that I've been learning, and I'm just looking at the next card along, which helps me with this actually, it's like clarifying it for me, is there's a rainbow on this next card, and there's all different colours of the rainbow. Now, I've recently been on a training course. If a lot of people don't seem to know what it is, but it's called SDI, not STI, and it's about finding out like your personality colours, right? And it helps with like, it's about profiles and things like that to find out what colour your personality is, and then the different types of personality in each colour, and then how you relate to other people, how you work in the workplace, things like that. So if you get a chance, and you can, I don't know if anyone can do this, but I don't know if you have to pay for it or if it's just part of like a company procedure or something. But if you get a chance, you can look it up. I can't remember what the actual SDI stands for. Strength Deployment Inventory or something like, I don't know. But have a look it up. SDI or colour profiles or something like that. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because it really gets you to look at who you are and what motivates you in life, and what your values are, and how your behaviours are actually caused by your values. Okay, so your motives for doing things, right? But your motives for doing things stem from your values. So what I would suggest with this group, the major guidance for this group, is to get really clear on what you value in life, okay? And that will really set the tone. It's kind of like a foundation for everything else in your life. So it sets the tone for what you choose in your life, whether that's partners, jobs, homes, friends, whatever, right? You choose things from what you are focused on and what's important to you. So your values are like, they underpin everything, okay? And your values actually stem from a very young age. So they stem from like the ages of 0 to 7, I think it is, or possibly 5. I can't remember what it was. That shows how much I listened. But yeah, from a very young age, and they are set from that age. So they very rarely change in life. They might just shift a little bit, but they can change, but most of the time your core values stay the same. So say for instance you're a compassionate person. Compassion is something that's very highly valuable to you, like you value compassion in others, like, so you're a compassionate person and you prefer compassionate people around you. Or loyalty, like, you know, if you value loyalty, you're going to be loyal yourself, and so on. Or if you're not loyal yourself, then you'll really be critical on yourself and hard on yourself and feel really awful because it's a value of yours. So this is really important to pay attention to. So that's your guidance for this group. It's a really strong message because that is the one you chose. This is the strongest card that you chose. It's going to be the strongest message that underpins the whole of this reading. Okay. The next card we have is One Step at a Time. That's going to be your light card. So that's going to really be the thing that you focus on, which is going to make you feel good. Okay, so you want to take things slowly. You want to take things step by step. Do not rush into things. One of the things that came up in that colour profile thing, my terminology, is that the red people always go gung-ho into everything. They literally just don't think about it. They go straight into everything. The greens kind of take their time and then process everything and analyze everything. And the blues, so there's red, blue and green, and the blues are people who consider like how other people feel before they make it, or they, you know, they're kind of people pleasers and they consider how people feel and want everything to be okay before they choose anything. So the red really stands out in here. And actually, if you look at this rainbow, red is probably the first colour that you see. So yeah, and actually I'm looking at the red at the top of this video with the timer and the red on the button. So like, it's very evident, like it's very stand out, like it really does stand out. So it might be that you are someone who goes straight into things, or you want to run into things and just not take your time, and that's absolutely fine if you are a red, right? You might not even know your colours, you might not ever do the test, but you'll know whether you're someone who rushes into things and doesn't think, and whether that sits right with you or not, okay? But this message is to say, take it bit by bit. take it step by step, really process things, or you don't have to overthink everything, but literally just give yourself a little breather before you rush into things, because it will help you a little bit more on this journey, okay? It says lots of little steps make big dreams come true, okay? So, oh, I'm looking at this, like, I've never noticed this before, but there's like little stones like here, and then a little fire. Oh, that's quite cute. I don't know why I've been drawn to that. It reminds me of Stonehenge. I don't know if that means anything. Does anyone live near Stonehenge? I don't know. It might be something to do with history, like what your history is. Have you got a history of running into things, like head first? I don't know. Anyway, okay. So then your shadow card, so the dark element of yourself, is faith. So it might be that so the opposite of faith for me is kind of mistrust. Okay, so you don't have trust. You don't have trust in yourself. You don't have trust in others. Interestingly, the colour around here is purple, and purple is a mixture of red and blue. So now on this personality thing, this processing tool, red and blue are complete opposites, right? So you've got red that are really just kind of they focus on their goals, they go straight for it, they don't consider other people sometimes a bit selfish, and then blues are complete opposite. They just take their time, they are gentle, nurturing, caring, they care about people, like they put other people's needs before their own, they're selfless. And it's not to say that red are horrible people, but it's just what they're motivated towards. This is actually a mixture of both. So it could be that you might be, because sometimes you can be a red blue, and sometimes you can be a green blue, or so you can be both. It could be that you might be both. So 1 minute you might be caring and people pleasing, and then the next thing you could be completely the opposite. And this might be contradictory to you, and it might be that because you're a blue and you put people first, and then you got taken advantage of, because that can be a shadow aspect of the blue, you now don't trust people, right? You now don't trust experiences and trust people. So that's what come up from that, because there's a mixture of both, right? So try not to tar everyone with the same brush and tar every experience with the same brush, because even though things have happened to you, and I'm sure things have happened in the past that have made you not trust people, not trust experiences, but please think of all the people in your life and all the experiences in your life that you can trust and that have worked out for you. And remember that experiences that have happened in the past have probably turned around, or have probably led you on to things that have been better. Okay, so please don't forget that. So this is going to be your shadow card. Just try and focus more on the people that you do trust and experiences that you do trust, and try not to get too hooked into that mistrust. Okay, so that is your reading. It's very different to the other two. Let me know if you have watched the other two though as well. Yeah, let me know in the comments whether this resonated. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, share with people, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you want to book a personal reading with me, I am doing some readings next week, so I have spaces. Let me know, and yeah, all the details from the description box. But if not, I will see you soon. Bye.